Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good day. Today is June 18th, and I wanted to come outside and share some thoughts with you. Um, it's getting exciting to do this, to come out and share, make these videos because I realize that I like it. I like it. And when you start to like and you start to love what you're doing, it becomes natural. It's no longer work anymore. You just do it because it's a part of you. So I wanted to share some thoughts today. And today is a Monday. It's like the beginning of the work week for some people, the beginning of the dealing with whatever problems that you have to resolve, whatever the situation is that's going on in your life is like the beginning of the week, the beginning of many things for some of us. And as I woke up this morning, I'm like, a lot of us are waking up to unresolved issues, unresolved problems in our lives, hoping that something happens this week, something happens today in order to get the solution to the problems that we're dealing with. We all have problems, every single one of us. I do too. And what I realize about problems, we call them problems, but we don't have to call them problems. They could just be situations, they could just be circumstances, conditions in our lives. We don't necessarily have to use the word problem, but I think we're accustomed to using that word because that's what our society uses when we're dealing with issues that we don't want to normally deal with. We call them problems. But what I've learned about problems, the word problem or problems in general, what are they? What is the purpose? A lot of us want to run away from our problems. A lot of us wish we never had problems. But what are problems and what's their purpose? And what I realized that if you truly believe that God is in control of all things and there is no circumstance outside of Him, then we need to look at problems differently, the problems in our lives differently. And when I woke up this morning, I'm like, why do we even use that word problem? Because when we say that word problem, it has like a bad meaning to it. I don't know. It just, when we use the word problem, even just saying the word, it's like a weight to it. Like you don't want to deal with it. And so when we think about the things in our lives and that we call problems, what we normally try to do is escape them. We try to say, we either try to ignore them, we try to just leave them alone. I mean, when life pushes us or places in a place where we can't just ignore them anymore, we're kind of like forced to deal with our problems. But what if we used another word for our problems? Like, some of us have financial problems, some of us have relation problems, some of us have medical problems, health problems, just so many different problems, circumstances that we just don't know how to deal with because we don't have control. We don't know how to deal with it because we don't have the means to deal with it. We don't think that we have the means to deal with this. So we kind of like, oh my God, I have this problem. So I want to start using another word for problem. You know, when I am going through something in my life, or when you're going through something in your life, instead of using the word problem, maybe you should start using the word an inquiry or I have an investigation to do. Why? Because when you change the word, when you give it another word, you give it a more active word, it does something to you. So instead of saying, I had a problem, you can say something like, I have an investigation. I have something to investigate because it gives you something to do. I have to investigate something. Like, okay, I'm having financial problem. I have a financial investigation to do in my life because that's where you start thinking about solution. You know, problems, we've been dealing with problems all our lives. Even in school, when you had math problems, or math equations, you call them problems. And what did you do? You use skills that you had to kind of learn how to solve the problems, right? And so the problems in our lives, what if the problems in our lives were designed to help us investigate what's happening deep down inside of us? What is going on with us? What inquiry do we have to do within us to solve our problems? So just think about that a little bit. The next time you say, I got a problem, maybe you're not one to share your problems with other people. Maybe you're not one to talk about your problems, but you know you have them personally. What if you changed the word problem into an investigation? You have not a problem, but an investigation, you know, and you started from there. What would happen? What if the problems in your life are designed to help you grow? What if the problems in your life were designed to help you improve who you are? You know? Here's the problem. Sorry. Here's an investigation I just did earlier today. When we use the word problem, a lot of times if we do attempt to resolve it, what we normally do really is we outsource our problems. What do I mean by that? When I say outsource our problems is we want to give it to somebody else to deal with for us. We decide that, I can't deal with my problem, X, Y, and Z can. So you call somebody else and you ask them, good morning, to help you with those issues. And the reality is, the only thing you've done here, when you called somebody else to help you, what you've done is you've created another problem, right? Because that person may not have the answer to your problem. They might just give you another additional problem. I mean, it may not be in everybody's situation, but sometimes when you call somebody else to help you solve your problem, you probably created another problem, and maybe even a bigger one. So it's important to sit down with yourself and do a self-evaluation, a self-inquiry, a self-investigation, and find out what's the problem. Now, you can't do those things if, one, you're blaming somebody else for your problem. The only way you can solve your problem, you could begin to solve your problem, or you could begin to start thinking about a solution to your problem, is when you take responsibility for yourself, for your problem. You have to say, okay, this is my problem, and how do I get out of it? This is my investigation. How do I get out of it? And you break it down. And there's something that happens in the midst of you sitting there thinking about your problem. Something beyond you, something beyond us starts to happen. There's some clarity that comes to place. I truly believe that when you start to sit there, you start to think about it. It's like God is present with you in the situation. He starts to reveal to you things that you could not see or did not want to see, because you're sitting there and you're kind of in a calm place and reflecting on this issue, on this investigation, trying to figure out what's going on. Something happens. So what I'm encouraging you guys to do today is start looking at this word problem differently. Look at it as an investigation. Look at it as a way or something that is trying to be revealed to you. Some clarity is trying to come into your life. And it comes in a form of a problem. But it's not coming to destroy you. It's coming to make you better. But you won't see it as better until you see it as an investigation, as something to look at, as something to get clarity on. If you're stuck on, I got a problem, that's not moving you towards solution. So look at it from a place of investigation, because I think from there it gives you the drive to look into it to find out what's going on. That's my message for you guys today. I hope somebody is blessed by this message. I was. It truly helped me realize certain things in my life that's going on in my life right now and how to approach them. So I hope this message blesses you too. I'll talk to you guys soon. Till next time.